Jim Bogle, Coosa Christian.
Evan Delp.
Deontay Ford. Artavius Breeden.
All right, Coach, this will be your first season at Coosa, correct?
Yeah.
Talk to us about how this off-season has went along for you and what you've learned about your guys up until this point.
There was no off-season. I got the job, and we got to work out about 3 days, and then it was the end of the off-season, and they had to go to football. So we had no off-season. We started the Monday after football.
Since you've had your hands on them these last 2 weeks, what have you learned about these guys? Besides they need to get in basketball shape.
I'm not concerned about that. That'll play. I've been impressed with them. Especially these three. These three work really, really hard. Got a senior and 2 juniors. They get after it. They're very coachable. Good leaders. The other guy, everybody else, either played junior high last year or didn't play. So I've got 3 guys with experience, and the rest of them, none.
Man. All right, so who is some of the guys on this team that you need to step up specifically, not only from just a playing standpoint, but a leadership standpoint?
Well, the leadership's right here. These guys are going to do what they're supposed to do, and they've been doing it ever since I met them. Right after these 3, I started 8th grader, 6'3" 8th grader named Elijah Cameron, and I think he played 7th grade ball last year. And then there's a 9th grader from the Bahamas named Kobe Roberts. Kobe's never played organized basketball. He just watches TV and hoops, you know.
What was that, like neon on Blue Chips? Go ahead.
Yeah, and he has no understanding of the game. And it'll come.
Like from an organized standpoint, or
yeah, from an organized standpoint. Okay. Like he knows the game because
I got you.
Crap, his name's Kobe.
That's exactly.
Kobe Bryant. I guess that's why they named him that. I don't know. You know any other famous Kobe's, do y'all? And then I've got a kid that I used to be his PE teacher. His son's playing, a 9th grader. Kind of reminds me of me. He tries to do everything right, but he just does everything right. He'll have to learn the game and learn how to just. That's what I've really tried to beat these guys over the head with is, listen, these are our plays, but play basketball.
Yeah.
If they give you the rack, take it, man. You know.
Yeah.
And I want them to have that freedom. Their rules right here is if 2 don't stop them, you got to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 2 stop you, pass it to the help. You know, so again, nobody's got any playing experience. And we just got to have, and then we've got 2 that are injured. They're twin brothers. One had a concussion and one had a knee injury.
Football injuries?
Yeah, the Cole boys.
Okay.
One of them's supposed to be, well, they're supposed to be both cleared tomorrow.
So they hadn't got to practice to this point?
No, I mean, they'll like shell drill it, you know, where they're just standing out there where we're not moving.
Right.
And they're athletic. You know, they're not real big, but they're athletic. They'll definitely help us. Because having a 14-year-old kid out there and then having a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid out there, that's a huge difference.
Big time.
You know. And so we're banking on those 2. And just hopefully, our biggest thing is, and this has been my philosophy forever, you can't wait your turn. Like, I need somebody to come take his spot. Mm-hmm. If somebody can take his spot, he's tough enough to go, you ain't getting my spot, and he's going to work harder.
Yep, fine.
We got to have that. We got to have everybody coming after everybody's spot. And when we can do that, you got yourself a pretty good program.
Good point. Dartavius, this is the senior year. Talk about your role specifically, knowing that this is your last go-round, your last off-season heading into your last senior season.
Just trying to go out big.
I know you're a leader on the football field and basketball. I mean, a lot of people look up to you. It is what it is. You 2 guys are juniors, so talk about your role specifically on this team. Even though you're juniors, definitely going to have to be leaders this year. We'll start right here with Evan.
I feel like I just need to be a mentor to the younger guys that really don't know what they're doing. We got to step up. Even though we're juniors, we only got 1 senior on the team, so really we're all 3 the leaders of the team. So we all 3 got to step up and do whatever is needed to be done to get us further.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we gotta help the guys for them being young, for them having more years in high school. For when we graduate, it's going to be their turn to also step up and be leaders. We want to help teach them to be leaders so they can help those younger kids come up and be leaders. So.
I want to ask all three of you guys a question. We'll start here with Evan. Give me a personal goal for yourself and the team this season.
For us to all play as a team, not even wins. I don't care about wins really. I don't care about the score. For us to just get that team chemistry and all play together and learn how to play together as a team.
I think if that happens, the win will take care
Yeah, I think the win will take care of
That's
itself.
right. Same question to you.
Yeah, just building the team up, building them up. Just want them to learn, like, the change of pace of the game. Like, the game's different, like, in high school than it is, like, in 7th grade level. Like, 7th grade is slower, high school is faster. We just want them to learn how to play at that pace of game,
Absolutely.
getting them used to it.
Dartavius, same question to you.
Learn how to play together as a team. Just trying to build a brotherhood.
I like it. And Coach, we're going to get something.
Dartavius, you were not able to play in the Christmas Classic last year, but you will be there this year. You looking forward to that?
Yes, sir.
I know we were all very impressed with the Christmas Classic last year.
Yeah, that was fun. He had a lot of high praises, a lot of coaches and players, even Gadsden players and coaches and Etowah guys was live.
There was people coming up there.
They kept asking us about it. Who's that guy? Guy Silky Smooth?
Yeah, he is smooth.
Yeah, I said it's George Gervin's nephew.
I see a lot of me in his game. That the shorts are not as short as when I played.
I don't know. They're going back to the shorts now.
They better hope they don't go that short.
All right, Coach, I'm going to close out with this one right here. Now you give us a personal goal and a team goal and how you guys plan on achieving it this year.
Well, personal goal, yeah, like I was telling them, this is my 35th year. If you were to ask me my first year, I want to go from this school to this school to this school, and I want to be at the world's greatest school and be the world's greatest basketball coach. That's what it was. Now it's, I want these guys to have a love for the game. I mean, a burning love. Nobody outworks them. That's what, you've been around the game for a long time. If you get a guy that can just, nothing gets in his way. Mm-hmm. He's just balling, he's just doing, whatever goal you set, if you're not actively working for it, it ain't a goal. It's a lie.
True.
And if these guys want to be good leaders, nobody's going to outwork them in practice. Nobody's going to be there before they get there. Nobody's going to lead before they're going to be the last ones to leave. And I want them to just give 100% all the time, no matter what it is. If it's cleaning up trash, if it's diving on the floor, if it's taking a charge. We have a little bet. If they take 3 charges a game, I take him out to eat. He had 2, and he thought he had the 3rd, but it was a good call. It was all block all the way. Now his not so much, but to get them just to play together, pick each other up. That when we play another team, they know they've been in a fight, win or lose. They've been in a fight, not dirty. We just getting after it.
Yeah.
And that's what I want from that. That's my goal. If you do that kind of stuff, Jacksonville and Birmingham takes care of itself.
All right, thank you guys so much.
Appreciate it.
Colby Brandon.
Nick Lewis, point guard.
Jeremiah Dupree, shooting guard.
Kendall Blackwood, power forward.
All right, Coach, we're going to start right here with you. This is your first year here at Gaston. Talk to us about what your off seasons look like and what you've learned about these guys to this point.
Our off season this year was real short since I was hired late, so extremely short off season, and came in. And for this off season, I really had to learn a lot about them because coming in, I didn't know anything, hadn't heard anything. So we did a lot of small scrimmages just to see, and I wouldn't let them run any type of their plays or anything. They had to run strictly play basketball. That's what I made them. That's what I tell them every day. Y'all just go play basketball. I got to see what y'all know, what y'all can do. And they showed me a lot then, and I knew coming in it was going to be a little tougher, coming off a 2-win year. But I think they can attest to this. As soon as the season got here, expectations go up. We don't expect to come in and win 4 or 5 games. Like, we expect to be a 10, 15 win team and have a shot at sub-regionals when time comes around for that. So we are extremely excited to get this year going so far, and we've already had a few tough losses, but we're learning, and that's I've told them early on we may do that a few times. So we may suffer some tough losses, but we're learning how to win again, and that's something that they've done a good job with. They're all ears during practice. They're having a good time. We had our first win the other night. Big celebration in the locker room. my first career coaching win. So
there we go.
We're building a real good bond. I think coming off the win Friday night too is going to help us. Energy's been high in the gym. Students have been coming out, which has been great, and I think they'll tell you this, that we're excited. We're ready to get back out there.
Yeah, any seniors?
No
No seniors right here, all juniors. Okay.
Juniors and a sophomore in the middle.
All right, so I'm gonna start right here. I remember you from the Christmas class, and you hurt your ankle last year. I remember. You're a junior this year, correct? So talk about your role in this team specifically. Obviously, you're a leader, and what you're looking to do to change the mentality and thinking there, Gaston.
Just be able to distribute the ball to these guys and keep them positive, keep everybody's heads up, let them know that we can do whatever we set our minds to do. He came in here, was all positive vibes. It wasn't no like, hey, we'll just make it what it is. It was no, we're going to win and do whatever we can to win. And he's just been.
Absolutely. You also, as a junior, talk about your role. Same question.
The same as Nick was talking about, being positive, always keeping our heads up. We just wanted to change the mood, set a trend.
Absolutely. You a sophomore. Dupree, huh? Mm-hmm. You kinda Reggie Dupree and all those guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Center.
Yep. So talk about your role in this team. I mean, you're an underclassman, but you're sitting in this chair for a reason.
I have a big defensive factor. I mean, I just do what I can on the court. I hustle as much as I can. I just get it, fly around, do what I can. I mean, pass the ball to them when I get a steal, but I know my role. I mean, I'm not that much of a scorer, but I can do a lot of other things to change the game. So that's what
I'd
I
take
do.
a defender over a scorer any day, personally. That's how I play. Y'all didn't know this, but we got a 1999 Gaston legend right here behind the camera. What kind of questions you got?
No, I'm very impressed.
So far, yeah, I like the attitude and mentality the coach is taking here. So let's go right back here with you guys. We'll start right here. Give us a personal goal for yourself this season, going into this season.
Just to be able to distribute the ball as best as I can and be able to,
You're kind of a quarterback then, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep everybody involved and keep everybody's heads up.
Same question. You give us a personal goal for yourself.
Learn as much as I can so I can help my future years. I mean, try to become a better scorer, but at the same time, get better at what I can do right now, and that's what I do. So.
Same question.
Being as dominant as I am on the court and keeping everybody heads up, being a leader.
Don't let nobody quit.
Yeah.
So we got this on film. We're gonna go back and see if you guys do this now. Coach, we're gonna close it right here with you. Give us a personal goal that you've set out for yourself. This being your first season, and then an overall team goal, and then lastly, what do you plan on doing to make those goals a reality?
Personal goal was simply to come in and make this program competitive again. I mean, this program, the past couple years, has started to decline, and when I came in, I saw immediately there was no reason for that. We had the athletes we needed, and I knew it might take some time to establish a little better basketball IQ, but my goal was simply just to make them as competitive as I could for this season. And for the team this year, coming off a 2-win year, our big thing this year has been believe in us. If we don't believe in us, why should anybody else believe in us? And in the locker room, we've stated that 1,000 times, even people in the school didn't believe in us to start this year off. Nobody knew what to expect. And we had a good showing against Crossville and West End and had some tough losses. But even now the school's starting to believe in us. And I've told them it starts in the locker room. If I don't believe in y'all and y'all don't believe in y'all, then why should anybody else believe in us? And our team goal this year, 15 wins to us is our mark. We're trying to get there. And then more importantly, we know if we can get into a sub-regional, we got a pretty good chance to make it to a regional. We can be competitive. And people around, when we try to talk about that at the school, sometimes people look at you and just kind of laugh at you, but we know and we've seen it on the court what we can do and who we can compete with. And we fully believe that a regional is not out of question this year, even after a 2-win year. So we know, we've told them 1,000 times, as long as y'all believe, we can make it happen.
I like it. We're going to be one of the hosts at the Gaskin Christmas Classic again, so we'll be looking forward to seeing you guys.
Yes, sir.
You got anything? Tell them about your shooting back in '99.
I'm sure they've heard stories. I was the first class in the new gym.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all don't remember the old gym, do you? The barn?
I do.
Do you really?
My parents do.
Who's your parents?
Jennifer Bullard and Derek Dupree.
You know 'em?
You know Marco?
I'm sure they know about who.
Marco. He said he was in.
Marco.
Yeah,
Yeah. Play with him.
that's my cousin.
So, did they move your statue? Or?
I think it went down with the barn.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Glencoe High School head coach Jason Gilly.
Isaac Barkley, senior. Cole Contras, senior. Braden Lang, senior. Caleb Wilson, senior. Austin Bice, senior.
Coach, walk us through your typical off season. This last off season, from the last time we seen you guys play up until the start of this season. What's that look like for you and the team?
Biggest thing, well, a lot of times is these guys being a small school like we are. A lot of these guys play multiple sports. So it's really a transition from one sport to the next. The guys that don't play multiple sports, that are just basketball, once the season ended, we started back working out, doing that pretty much until we started with summer. Once we got started in the summer, we'll go 3-4 weeks there. I think this summer, over a 3-week period, we played 17 games. They have their plate full and a lot of play going on then. And then once we finish there, they usually have a couple weeks off, do vacation. And then we start back with workouts and they go in the gym, get some shots up on their own, all that. So.
All right. Coach, who's some of the guys you got to have step up this season in order to be successful, not necessarily from an execution standpoint, but a leadership standpoint?
It's all these guys right here. We've got 6 seniors this year, and the whole team from the start kept 10 guys on the varsity, and ended up, by the time we got started after football season, we were down to 6. Had 2 with torn labrums, 1 with torn ACL, 1 with mono, but they've got him held out for 3 months. So it was told these guys when we got started after football that it was going to be a lot tougher on them because they had to get in shape.
Yeah.
Didn't have the rotation that we had during the summer. Ended up, I had one of my underclassmen I pulled up, offered JV, 9th grader, but he stepped up and played well. Fit in real well with these guys, and these guys do a good job leading.
Coach Gilly? Who? What's the 9th grader's name?
Garrett Gaskin.
Garrett Gaskin.
He just big, strong kid. Did a real good job. Has done a real good job for us so far. And got one other kid, a junior, Dakota Smith. He's just a real good athlete. I think he's going to be a real good player for us this year. And like I said, these guys played together for a long time and played well together.
And you guys, and I'll let Coach start. And you guys scheduled Gadsden City last night, and kudos for that. And battled very much so in the first half. That's a lot of people shocked.
That's what I told these guys. You're not supposed to beat Gadsden City. It's just the way it is. They're more athletic, a lot bigger than we are.
You guys were battling that first quarter and over in the second quarter.
I say, what our goal is to get out of this game is to compete. And even really the whole ball game, these guys never back down from them.
Right.
Teams that I've had in the past, I would have that happen. And that's one reason that I've scheduled this game first for the year is to check to see if they're going to have. Hey, I told them after the ball game, we got what we wanted out of this game. Win or lose, it doesn't matter.
A testament to what Coach is telling you. I'm telling you right now, I've seen it since Coach Huff's been coaching at Litchfield. He was in 3A Litchfield, and he used to run people completely out of the gym. They wouldn't have battled 2 minutes, and then they'd quit. You seen it? And that's 7A Gaston City.
Right, and it's like, you take a look at last night too. We're rotating 7 kids, and he's rotating 15.
15 kids. That's right.
And,
that's right.
you know, these guys have pushed themselves so far to get in that kind of shape. And that's what I was worried myself if we were going to be ready for that. And you know, these guys did it.
Absolutely. I like it. Now, everybody here is a senior. Is that correct? Yes, we're going to start right here then. Talk about your role and how you specifically helped this team. What you're going into your last season, what that's going to look like.
Okay. Golly, you put me on the spot.
I mean, what do you do best?
Good words. Defense. I do defense best.
So that's what I want to hear right there.
I'm not like the best shooter on the team at all. I try to work the ball around and get like Cole, who can handle the ball and score pretty well. I just try to stay out of their way usually.
But I mean, defense.
Fight hard in defense.
I like defenders though, man. I mean, that's.
You know, Austin's one of these kids that he's going to deal somebody misery just guarding them.
That's what you want on your team, though.
You know, and it may be, like I said, he may not be the best basketball player, best athlete, but he knows his role and he does it the best he can. And
I love a scrap. I'll take a scrappy defender over somebody that shoots 50 times any day. My man right here. What's your role?
What I think I bring to the team best is help spreading the floor. I'm probably one of the better shooters on the team, and defense is getting there.
Take it from this guy, man.
Yes, sir.
He's a little slow, but
hey, Larry Bird was too, but he's one of the best team defenders. He knew how to steer people, and it's all about technique and effort.
Yes, sir. I'd say what I bring to the team is some leadership. You know, since me playing on varsity last year, I think that helped me a lot this year too. So, and I got to be the big man, get a bunch of rebounds, have to guard the big guy on the other team. Last night,
it's always a good challenge.
Yeah,
you had Rod Orr last night.
I did, yes. Yeah. So it's always a big challenge, but that's what I try to bring.
Good, I love it.
I'd say I'm more of a facilitator. You know, I pass the ball a lot, but I also try to score a lot, and I always give it my hardest on defense and everything. And I'd say I'm one of the. I'd say we're all leaders, but I'd say that me and Braden, we're both pretty. Caleb's up there too. I'd say on offense we're all there, and then defense we're all together. We all know what we're doing, but I'd say most is facilitating and handling the ball.
Absolutely.
I'd say I adapt well in any of the positions. Like Coach Gilly will throw me out there in any position.
Swiss Army knife.
He trusts me to
I like it.
to know everything and know where to be. And I see myself as a leader on defense, and that I'll always be talking, let people know where I am, try and help people get into better positions, and always be there to help if somebody needs me down in the paint or to get a good box out and try and help. So even if I don't get the rebound, get a good box out, or somebody else can get the rebound.
Coach, which one of these guys take the most charges? Y'all got to have a tally of that, right?
I took like 3, but they didn't call it.
He was doing it for fun, man. We always like that. That's always a key hidden stat coaches love. All y'all being seniors, though, I mean, leadership, y'all have that covered. I mean, and this time it's going to be execution and effort. I mean, I think you tested that one, Coach.
Yeah, it's like I told them. You look at a game last night, there wasn't a whole lot of offense. And when you're playing a group overall that's got that kind of speed, that kind of length and stuff, compared to the way we want to play, it changes the game.
Oh yeah.
And truthfully, and I told them also last night that it was defensively the way we try to play and the way we want to play. Really, I felt like Gaston City didn't get to play the way they actually wanted to play.
I can tell you that. If I watched it, we watched them all.
I felt like we slowed them down the way we wanted to try to give ourselves a chance against them. And these guys understand that, and as long as they know that going into each game, what we've got to do, these guys are smart enough, played enough that, I do feel like they're going to be very successful.
Absolutely.
Like I said, we're not the biggest team, very small, but one advantage we are quick.
Sure.
But as long as we get the effort, I told them this last night. If we get the effort we got last night,
y'all gonna be fine when you play.
You're gonna win a lot of ball games.
Area games for sure.
Right.
We're gonna start right here. Give us a goal for yourself for this season.
I want to make more shots. I tend to not to.
Instead of just making everybody else miserable, you want to score some yourself?
Yeah, I think that'd be nice.
All right.
I think mine's probably the opposite of him, is to step it up on defense and really start.
We need to put you two guys in the blender. Come out with one super guy.
I say the goal for me is to win some games. The past couple of years we haven't been real successful as far as winning a lot of games, but really want to turn that around this year.
Absolutely.
I guess just be a leader and try to bring everyone up if we're down or anything, and just try to have a good season.
I've been working at it and want to develop my shot a little bit better and become a consistent, reliant shooter for everybody else to be just an open kick out if they need me to.
I got you. Just be more fluid offensively in general. Coach, we're going to close with you. Give us a personal goal for yourself that you've kind of set out for yourself and the team, and how you guys plan on achieving that this season.
To be honest, my goal for myself, it started back several years ago when I first got all these guys. I tell them all the time, and some of them could probably tell you some bad stories how bad I chewed their tail and everything. But every one of them know I love them to death, and I'll do anything for them. I tell them every ball game, this is a game. It's meant to be fun. Go out and have fun. Play as hard as you can. Do the best you can. That's all I ask of you. This ain't, for me, it's not about going out and seeing how many championships you can get. I want these guys to come back and see me when they're gone.
Right.
Bring their kids to see me.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm here.
Absolutely.
Been very fortunate the team that I have had. Barkley's mother sitting there this morning. I coached both his older brothers, and they called me Papa. I had a lot of them too. And it's just a lot of people may laugh, but they see me as a father too.
Absolutely.
They know that I'd do anything for them, and I would.
That's good.
So it's that's what I get at. That's my goals every year, is to make sure that these guys know they can come to me with anything, not just basketball.
As long as you ain't doing something crazy now. It's not going to bail you guys out of jail or nothing like that.
That's right.
Hey, I love it, Coach. I appreciate all you guys sitting in, and good luck to everybody. Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Coach Jeff Noah. You want me to introduce, or you?
No, let them introduce the individual.
Jackson Millender, I'm a senior.
Kobe Latham, I'm a senior.
Tucker Morris, I'm a senior. Helen Gass, I'm a senior.
All right, Coach, we're going to start with you. Talk to us about your off season and what that's looked like from last time we talked to you last season up until right now.
This summer, I think we played in 14 games in our play dates. We had several injuries this summer, so we really never had the same group on the floor all the time, because we had, like I said, we had several injuries, and we have several guys that play more than one sport, and we worked it out. But I had some that had to be gone for the baseball, or I might have some that had to be gone. So, but we practiced. We'd go work out. We would come in and we would do our shooting and we would go over fundamentals, and then we had our play dates where we played. I don't remember what our record was in the play dates, but I don't really, in the summertime, I'm not worried about wins and losses. We're trying to, as coaches, and I've got Coach Ryan Smith and Coach Jason Presley that help and do a tremendous job, and we're trying to identify, who might can help us the following year and everything, and who's going to compete no matter what the situation is. And because I'll tell you this, in June and everything, and when it's hot, you're playing in a gym that doesn't have air conditioning, it's not always as much fun as Right. So you find out a little bit about people's character and how much they are going to be willing to do, and then a little bit about them as far as, are they going to be able to help you the next year, because you're trying to evaluate and see who's going to be B-team players, who's going to be varsity players, and so forth and so on.
Absolutely. Coach, who's some of the guys that you have to have step up, not necessarily from an execution standpoint, but from a leadership standpoint this season?
Well, we've got 8 seniors, and I tell them all the time that we're going to go and do and be the kind of team that they want us to be. If they don't want to be held accountable and they don't want to push themselves and they want to get feelings hurt and they want to, when a coach isn't watching, you might be focused on this end of the court and somebody's over here and not doing what they're supposed to do, and, then that's the kind of team we're going to be. The best teams that we've had are teams that have, the seniors have held everybody accountable, themselves and their teammates, and and then as far as, we've got 3 seniors coming back this year that played on varsity last year.
Just 3.
Tucker Marsh, Caleb McGinnis, and Ashton Gulledge. Only one of those started. So they're going to, Tucker has got, he's got to do a tremendous job on the boards and playing defense for us. He's about the only, I think we've got one other person that's 6'2", and Tucker's about 6'4", 6'5". He's all the height we have. So he's got to do a tremendous job of playing defense the right way without fouling, because he's got to stay in there to influence shots around the goal and rebound. Caleb played last year, and Caleb is going from probably just a role player last year to where he's going to play significant minutes and be an important part of the team. And these guys, you got Kobe and Jackson that played on the B team last year that are moving up to varsity, and they're going to have to, everybody, there's going to be 12 guys on varsity, and everybody's going to have to contribute at some point in time. It might not be every game, but at some point in time, everybody's got to contribute. So
Absolutely.
That's where we're trying to get to. So our style of play, because we don't have all that length that you've had in the past 3 or 4 years, we're going to have to change a little bit how we play. And we're working on developing into more up tempo and push the ball and try to be a fast breaking team, and then run our offense if it's not there. But we've got to try to do that, because that's going to be the best way for us to try to win some ball games.
Absolutely. We're going to start right here. You guys are all seniors, correct?
Yes, sir.
Give us your roles specifically on this team. What can you do best to help this team this season?
I'm going to bring the most energy I can on the court. And
Spark plug.
Yes, sir.
I like it.
I'm going to try and take the hits anytime I can and turn the ball, give it to us. And
take the charges.
Yes, sir.
That's what I like to hear. That's the type of guy you want right there. What's your role specifically there besides not getting into foul trouble?
Basically, that's a big part of it, but just being there, being in the right spots, grabbing those rebounds, being in help side defense when I need to be, just being there when I'm supposed to be.
Absolutely.
I'm a hustle player. Be just everywhere, get steals, do what I can, get rebounds, so I need to get rebounds.
I bet you take a charge or two as well.
Coach likes to say I'm a shooter, but I don't know.
Coach, you'd rather him take a charge than hit a jumper.
Right. Yeah. And we don't want to be fake about it. We're going to stand there and take a charge and let other people know we're going to take them.
Oh, yeah.
Going off him, go down practice.
You mean some people fake charges?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about the new age NBA flop.
Yeah. But, we don't want to, we talk about being fake. We want to be going and patting and pulling that guy up and helping him up.
Oh, yeah.
We want
biggest play in basketball,
right. I'm going to be a defensive player this year, go out there and just give 100% on defense every time and get the trash points and just take some charges and just go full throttle.
This thing's getting me fired up.
Take charges.
This thing's getting me fired up.
That's all we do is charge.
All right, so I'm going to let Coach answer this one. Out of your whole team, who is your class clown that keeps it fun in the locker room and in practice?
Mullet man.
I'd say
They all like to have a good time, and they all like to gut up. But I don't know if I can name just one. But
You got several?
Yeah, there's several. There's always you got JP and Latham and Kobe and Caleb. And I mean, it's just.
What about Ashton's sense of humor?
Not much there.
It's dry.
He about squared Josh up at our house. Tell him.
I was sitting there, I told him a couple of jokes. And he looked over at me, he said, you told some good jokes.
Yeah, he didn't laugh or crack his head. Yeah, Josh said, we had him over there. We had him over there for a one-on-one when we did him and Brady Troop.
Yeah.
And Josh said, hey, you want to hop? He asked him for a dip first, and he's like, I'll dip. And he says, hey, you want to ride on the back of the motorcycle with me? And Ashton looked at me and said, I mean, you tell too many jokes. Everybody in the room started dying laughing, and Ashton just sit there like this.
Oh, yeah, Ashton's dry. Ashton's dry. He's
Coach, who's your high energy guy that when the chips are down is going to keep fighting? I'm sure Ashton's one of those. I mean,
well, we got a lot of high energy guys. The thing that we, everybody's learning their roles because, like I said, we only have 4 that have played varsity basketball before.
That's tough.
So we don't know exactly where all of our points are going to come from. We don't, and where our, who's going to be the guy. I mean, I know that Ashton is going to play defense.
We know that.
Okay. And I know that these guys are going to play defense, but as far as who's going to be the scorer, I think we're going to have the type of team where we're going to get 2 out of this guy, 4 out of this guy, maybe 8 out of this guy.
Committee.
Yeah, and then add them up at the end and hope it's enough, But, last year, and the guys that played last year, I mean, we had 3 players that could score 20 points. Maybe not every night, but you had Donovan and you had Lipscomb and you had Brayton.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were tremendous athletes, and and we don't have those guys. Just like I told those guys the year before, we don't have those seniors in Landon from the year before. So I don't ever put like a number, like, hey, we're going to win this many games, because you don't know what's happened at other places, and what other teams have, because people, move up from the other teams and people grow, and then sometimes people move in and stuff. But, what we've got to do, though, is everybody understand what their role is and do a good job of accepting it and working together. And then whatever we accomplish, we'll accomplish together. And I can live with that as long as they're coachable and they're competitive.
Absolutely. Right here, give me a personal goal for yourself and the team this year.
It's just play harder than what I did last year.
Absolutely.
I'd agree, honestly. Me and Guinea, we were our bench energy last year, and we're gonna have people step up like that. But we need to be that court energy too this year, and that bench energy as well. So,
my first year on varsity, so I want to step up, be a leader and be able to get that energy going on the floor. Say we're behind or whatever, just get in there and keep hustling.
Absolutely.
I want to look back and say I gave it my all in every game I played in.
Can't hit a reset button in this season.
How soon do you expect to be in actual basketball?
Honestly,
tomorrow.
This year,
3 or 4
this
games
year's a
in.
lot better than last year. Like, I feel a lot more in shape. I feel a lot better.
A lot of times we talk to players and they think they're in shape.
Oh, we're not.
But basketball shape is completely different.
Once you play the first
We're not
game,
in
you realize
shape,
you're in
but
shape.
I think
First 5 minutes of that first game usually just.
We scrimmaged this morning, and we scrimmaged for 10 minutes, and for 15 minutes, and I subbed every 3 minutes. And those last 6 minutes was getting us. There's just no way that you can be. Now, you got the ones that didn't play football that have been practicing basketball. And Caleb and Jackson. Jackson runs cross country. They're going to be in a little bit better shape than the football players, because it's a totally different type of shape. So it's just going to take some time. Like I said, I hope that after Christmas that we really start to click and start hitting our stride and playing good basketball.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hopefully before that, but
we got to have y'all show out at the Christmas Classic.
Well, we hope.
Coach, I'm going to end it with you. Give us a goal for the team this year and how you guys hope to achieve it.
Okay. Well, like I said, I don't set a number of wins, okay? But if we can go and when we play, and we represent our community and ourselves well, and we get after it and play hard, then I can live with that. And I hope that we win and get over 500. But if we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. But what I hope for these guys is that we compete in every ball game. We bring it every ball game, no matter what the situation is. We play hard. We show class. We represent our school and our community, and I can live with whatever else.
I like that. Hey, y'all can't let Scott Reeves comes to every game. I mean, y'all can't let the mayor down. Come on, guys. What's wrong with it? Come on, guys.
It's all for big.
Guys, good luck this season. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go ahead,
Matt Cody, I'm the head basketball coach at Westbrook Christian High School.
Joseph Gilchrist, senior.
Andrew Lockridge, senior.
Joseph Tucker, senior.
Mr. Tucker was on the show last week. Was it week before last?
The week before last.
That's correct. We'll go right back here with you, Coach. Coach, talk to us about this is your first year as head coach, correct?
Yes, sir. It is.
Talk to us about since the takeover and you knew you was going to be the guy, the transition over into now, the off season, and led you up to this point.
Well, I've only had about 2 weeks, but I mean, transition-wise, these guys, I've got 5 that's been in there with me, and those 5, they know me well. I've been with them, for the past 3 years. They know my expectation. They know how I coach. And their transition-wise, it was a little different. Me being the head guy at the time, but they're ready. It doesn't matter who's coaching those guys. They're going to buy into whoever you put in front of them and lead them in this process.
You're obviously familiar with the guys and the program, so that transition there has been easy. It's just a little bit different with the X's and O's. Knowing that it's all on your shoulders, I'm sure.
And it helps with 6 seniors too, so that helps me a ton.
Oh, absolutely. Hold each other accountable.
Exactly.
So who are some of the guys that that you have to have step up and count on this season, not only from a leadership or execution standpoint, but just in general?
I've got 10. We were just talking about a minute ago. I've got 10, and we're going to expect all 10 of them to go. We want to, if they all 10 can go, that's what we're going to go with. And I expect all of them to do what they need to do.
Every one of them have some of it on their shoulders.
Yeah, every one of them got a role.
All right, and all 3 of you guys seniors,
yes,
correct? We're going to start right here. So this is your last year, coming into your last season. Talk about what that means to you, and what your role specifically individually is going to be to help the overall team.
It means a lot, and wherever I'm at, I'm going to try to be the leader. I'm gonna love my teammates, and so far they love me, and it's been a really good experience so far this summer playing with them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Same question to you.
Can you say it again? Sorry.
It's your senior year. You know what your role is. What is your role specifically that you're going to do to help this team overall?
Just taking care of the ball, playing hard, leading by example for the younger guys, and just make sure we pull together.
Absolutely.
For me, it'll probably be like shooting, being a consistent shooter for us and playing solid defense for us throughout the year, and being a leader, like they said, just by example and vocally when I need to be.
Absolutely. We'll start back over here. What's different? How many years have you been on varsity now?
At Alexandria, I was on 3 years.
3 years. Mm-hmm. So, take you back to that Alexandria days, and you remember when you first played varsity. All right, so now transitioning that over to this is your senior year. I know when you were underclassmen looking up to those guys, what's the biggest difference, do you think, from there going into your to that season over into this season?
Well, starting as a freshman, it was scary playing up because I hadn't really done that a whole lot, but it was definitely scary playing up with seniors and stuff. And so coming here, it's a new experience. It's scary, just like it was ninth grade coming in. But the thing is that's different. I have some brothers right beside me that are helping me, and they're being great teammates so far.
Absolutely. Same question to you. The first time you played varsity, that off season leading into that season to this season, knowing it's your last.
Yeah, same thing. Coming in ninth grade, and I was nervous, just trying to gain trust from my coaches and play hard. But yeah, the main thing is just confidence. I have a lot more confidence now that I've played in some bigger games, and I've been doing it for a few years.
Second nature now. Yeah. Same question.
I didn't start playing varsity until I was a sophomore, but I guess like he said, the confidence is there. More familiar playing varsity because the speed of the game is different from JV to varsity. To every level you go up, the speed of the game. More used to that, and you've seen athletic teams, and you know how to play more and know what it takes.
Absolutely. Coach, we always like to ask this question. Who's your class clown? Who keeps it fun in the locker room?
He is not here, but it is Joe Perron. Easy.
Easy, not even close.
I can be in a serious, getting on these guys, and I'll look over, and I'll lose it. He's not here, but he is by far, and these guys right here would agree with me 100%. And he is fun.
Who's your energy guy when the chips are down? That's kind of like a spark plug, vocally and through actions.
Andrew is just, he's not a very vocal, but he leads by example, and the guys feed off of it, and but I would say Andrew would be that guy for us.
Absolutely. Right back over here. So, give us your personal goal for this season. Like what's your expectations for yourself and the team coming into your senior season?
Definitely want to make it to Birmingham.
I definitely think it's possible. Because you guys, you got enough leadership, and like you said, you got 10 guys that's going to go. A lot of guys and coaches we've talked to, they'll say, "Well, we got 1 or 2 here," and then it's like they're putting these pieces of the puzzle together. But you got them in place, leadership, ready to go, experience. I like it, definitely. How about yourself?
Yes, I am. First, win our area games, and then win an area championship, and then from there, just make a run in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Same thing. Just taking a game at a time, get better every game, and if we do that, I believe that we can make a run.
Absolutely. And Coach, for you, this been your first as a head job. So what's your personal goal for yourself, expectations you kind of set for yourself, and then overall team going, and how do you plan on achieving those goals?
For myself, it's just learn as much as I can on my first year and lean on my assistants with Coach Lockridge, and Coach Drew Knowles is going to also step in, take over my JV group, but he would be on the sideline with me and just learn as much as I can, lean on those guys and let them teach me, them being more experienced than me as an age and stuff like that. So lean on them as much as I can. Team expectations, we want to win a state championship. That's our ultimate goal. But there's a lot that's got to happen to make that, for that to take place. And we want to be 6-0 in the area, going in the area championship, win that, and then, make our way over to Jacksonville. But, obviously, we want to take it game by game as well. Got Etowah Thursday, so, we'll tackle Etowah Thursday and then go from there.
That's another thing I want to talk to you about before we shut it down. You guys, I noticed last season even, you guys play a pretty tough.
We don't cut corners on scheduling. To prepare us, for what we've been through at the end of the season. So these guys, these seniors, like I said, we got 6 of them. They've been there, they've done that, and we want to make it over that hump this year.
Absolutely. Christmas Classic, y'all played really well. Yeah. I had a little stride there. That's the first time we got to cover you guys.
Yes, sir.
Good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Sky's the limit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I'm Van Owens. I'm the head varsity boys basketball coach at Sardis High School.
Jay Owens, senior.
Braxton Brooks, senior.
Jacob Hopper, senior.
Coach, we're going to start with you. We always like to ask coaches, since the last time we seen you last year, what's your off season look like, and what's been going on from that time? Basically, catch us up to now, starting the new season.
All right. Well, we had a good summer program. Guys got in, worked 2 or 3 days a week in the gym during June, and played some of our competition games during the summer. Went to 2 or 3 camps and played some games there. We got into fall camp. I had the guys that didn't play football, which was about half of them. But we've got a group that does play that, it makes it tough. I got those guys Monday, and we played Thursday. So we've had 3 days of practice and already played a game.
What about basketball shape? How's that? Definitely been different for them, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's hard to get them into basketball shape, especially when they're coming out of football. They think they're in pretty good shape because of all the running and all they do at the end of football practices, but what they find out is it's a different type of running. They don't get that break in between plays. They don't get that, at basketball you may run 3 or 4 minutes nonstop, back and forth, stop, start.
If there ain't no turnover, if there ain't no ball out of bounds or clock stoppage.
If there's no dead ball, you don't get a break. And
absolutely.
So, it's tough for them, but we've got a lot of depth this year. We've got a big senior group. We've got 9 seniors and 3 juniors on the team. So
that was my next question: is who is some of the guys that you got to have this year, from a leadership standpoint and execution standpoint?
Well, we've got 9 seniors, and I'm counting on those guys to really provide leadership. When you've got a senior-led team like that, you should have great leadership throughout the year, and they should play together well. They've played together since 7th grade. The few juniors that we have played with them on and off at different times at different levels, and so it's really a pretty cohesive group that I really like and like what they've got going. So I think that's going to help us. Our depth helps us. In the game we played Thursday night, we rotated 12 guys pretty regular for most of the game, and we were down like 14, I think, at one point, and had to come back and win that one. We won it right at the end. I think our depth and rotation helped us out.
You're rotating 12, and I mean, it's a pressure. You probably wore them down some. I'm sure.
Yeah, I think we did. They played 7 guys maybe, and mostly they might have worked in another 1 or 2, but mostly those 7 guys, and I think that helped us catch up.
Absolutely.
In the second half. So.
All you guys seniors, is that correct? Sure. All right, we'll start right here. As a senior, what's your role on this team? How are you going to help this team this year, knowing it's your final season?
I'm going to do whatever my team needs me to do, whether that be rebounding, scoring, just whatever I need to do.
Absolutely.
Just get shots from my teammates, pre-up drives, and just kick it to them, let them make shots.
Point guard?
Yes, sir.
Quarterback? Same thing.
Quarterback
/ point guard?
About the same as them, just whatever the team needs me to do. If they need me to score, they need me to facilitate. Need me to sit on the bench for a little bit. I mean,
whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes, you know. If I'm cold, take me out.
How many years have you guys played varsity?
3.
2. All right, let's start right here. What's different this season? I always like to ask players that. What's different this season, going in knowing that this is your final season? What you've learned over the years to the first time you ever played varsity, going into that season? What's changed for you personally?
Coming in as a sophomore playing varsity, I didn't really have to do as much. Other guys kind of got me open, and now as a senior, I have to get other people open, and that's kind of a mindset change I have to think about sometimes.
Sacrifice a little bit of scoring for the betterment of the team. Makes sense.
I'd say just being a sophomore, now that I'm a senior, you just got to be more of a leader. You got to communicate more with your players, and you got new teammates almost every year, so you just got to create chemistry with all the new players.
Absolutely.
Nerves, calm down.
Has the game slowed down to you guys though?
Yes,
in general?
Yes, sir. It's a lot different than junior.
And your nerves are it's calmed down some too, huh?
Yes, sir.
Coach, we always like to ask this to people: who's your class clown on your team? Could be one of these guys. I think I got a hint here.
Yeah, you made it a list here.
We always like to ask that question.
Wow, we've got several. Let's see.
Keeps it fun in the locker room.
Who would y'all say is the biggest clown?
I'd probably say Braden.
Braden.
Yeah, he probably is.
We always like to find that out. Yeah. It's always funny with players.
Braden Bridges, yeah.
And who's your spark plug? Who's your energy guy when the chips is down? It's going to keep fighting and vocally leader and leading by example, no matter what the score is.
Yeah. Good thing about our team, these guys love to compete, and so even Thursday night when we were down and didn't have a lot of practice, we had every excuse in the world to let down and quit. And I told them, the only thing I told them after the game was, your effort was what kept you in the game and gave you a chance. If you didn't keep your effort high when things were going bad, when we got bad calls, when we missed open shots, if you didn't keep your effort high, you had no chance of coming back. And so, really this team is so competitive. It can be any one of them on any given night that, gives us the spark we need. So that's another good thing about having a group of seniors like that. Any one of them,
being that many seniors, definitely, no doubt. We'll start right here. Give us a goal that you've set out for yourself and this team this season.
Obviously, I'd love to win the county tournament and win area, but to me, it's more about having fun because I'm never going to get to play with these guys and all the guys ever again. It's more about having fun because at the end of the day, 5 years from now, I may not remember the record, but I'm going to remember all the times I've had with these guys. So,
absolutely.
Just having fun, like you said. This year, a goal, obviously, win area. I don't want to lose the area game. And then, of course, county and make it to Jacksonville. Maybe make a deep run and go to Birmingham.
Absolutely.
Same as these guys. They said it just as I would say it.
Y'all seem like y'all have fun together as a group. Sure. That's good because a lot of people we see, that you can tell they're not having fun. So, Coach, from your perspective, same kind of question. Goal you've set out for yourself and the team, and how you hope to achieve that goal this year.
Yeah, every year I don't necessarily set a number of wins or a certain plateau that we want to reach. my greatest fear, I guess, is underperforming. I just want this group to fulfill the absolute best that they can reach, and I don't want to be the reason that this group doesn't perform at the level they're capable of. Whatever level that turns out to be, that's my goal, is to try to put these guys in a position where they can achieve the most they can possibly achieve.
Absolutely.
Underperformance is my fear.
Make sure they show up.
Yeah,
each and every
I want to have
time
them ready and do everything I can to have them ready each and every day when they step on the floor. So that's really my thing, and wherever that leads us, that's where it leads us, and we're going to be satisfied with doing our best every day.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys. Good luck.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Chad Holderfield. I'm the boys basketball coach at Southside High School.
I'm Chris Lingle. I'm a junior at Southside. Jordan Grantland. I'm a senior.
Colton Morrison, senior.
All right. We'll go right back to you, Coach. Coach, from the last time we talked to you last season to now, talk about your off season and what that's looked like. Kind of catch us up to speed with Southside basketball in general.
We've had a really good off season. We are able to do. We have about a 4-week stretch in June. We're able to practice as much as we want to and go play some play dates. And so had a good summer. Went off and played a good bit. Then a lot of weight room, a lot of off-season stuff like that, individuals and things like that. And then we started, mid-October with practice. We've been going for about 4 weeks. We've had our football guys for a couple of weeks, and it's been a really good environment. Got a good bunch of kids, hard workers, great attitudes. Really looking forward to our year.
Coach, who are some of the guys that you absolutely got to have step up this year?
We have
different roles and stuff.
4 guys who are returning starters. Chris has been a 2-year starter. Jordan and Colton both started last year, and then another guy, Tommy Simmons, who started some ball games for us last year. We have honest to goodness, this is a group of guys that are we really have a lot of trust for all of them. There's a role for everybody on our basketball team. It's a group of guys that we really when guys get out there and they get minutes, we know that they can contribute. So they've really worked hard and they've really improved, and it's a group of guys that are really anxious to get going. And Chris being back and being healthy is big for us. And he's really, him and Jordan both have really worked a lot on the game in the off season, shot and things like that. And so I'm anxious to see that work pay off. Colton and Tommy both had, Tommy Simmons, Colton Morrison, and Tommy Simmons both had great junior years, and so know that they're poised to have really good senior years.
Absolutely. And both you guys are seniors this year, correct? All right. So as seniors, talk about your role on this team, and it's your last season. Talk about your role on this team specifically, how you're going to help this particular team.
I feel like since we're seniors, we have all the guys are connected this year, so I feel like we're going to play a lot better, on offense and on defense, and I think it'll help us out.
Absolutely.
I just want to keep everybody together and all work for the same thing, get selfishness out of it, just everybody play together, all for one goal.
Absolutely. And Chris, I know you're not a senior, you're a junior, but huge leadership. It's going to fall on your shoulders as well. And you battled through injuries and everything. Talk about your role in this team in particular coming up.
Just like Jordan said, keeping everybody together. Just trying to be a glue guy. Always leading people in the right direction, and just making sure everyone stays connected through everything. Hard times, bad times, we just have to be together. And if we do that, I think we'll be a good team.
Right back over here to Colton, I'm going to ask you this. How many years have you been on varsity now?
This is my second year.
Second year. Talk about the difference going into this season as opposed to your first year, which is last season. The difference mentality-wise, confidence-wise.
Yeah. I feel like last year I had to be really confident too because Chris was out, so it was me and Brock. I had to play point guard last year, and Brock was the shooting guard, so it was I feel like my confidence is the same as it was last year.
Same.
Yeah, still high.
I think my confidence is a little bit more this year, maybe. I'm really not sure. Last year I just was going in it kind of like it was new to me, playing varsity level and having everything just seemed a little bit new, like the games were a bigger deal, having to adjust everything. So this year I'm going to go in more comfortable and maybe step up. Just have to step up a little bit.
And Chris, coming in fully healthy this season, not being dampered with injuries and things like that. Talk about how that feels different coming into this season from last.
It feels great, being able to get the full practices and before we play with my teammates. That's good. Last year I probably only got 2 weeks of practice in, so just having the whole off season, just keep working. Yeah, my confidence is a lot better, a lot more this year than last year, being fully healthy.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Coach, we always like to ask this question, man. Who's your class clown on this team? Who keeps it fun, no matter what?
I don't know if we have a class clown. We all make fun of Tommy Simmons a lot. Tommy Simmons and Parker Crass catch a lot of it.
They catch a lot of the wrath.
We have a bunch of guys. Honestly, we have a bunch of guys that are very sensitive. You know, if you get on them a little bit, you make fun of them a little bit, they all get their feelings hurt a little bit too much sometimes. But that's one thing that's really been enjoyable about our first couple weeks of practice and our summer is this is a bunch of guys that when things are good, they don't take themselves too seriously. They all laugh and they all cut up and they're all willing to be made fun of and they're all kind of picking at each other and it keeps. I think you have to have that. It keeps our locker room kind of even keeled about things. We're never too high, never too low. But it's just a bunch of guys enjoy being around each other, and that's something. That's definitely something. You don't always have that. So to have a locker room full of guys that really enjoy being around each other, really care about each other, and are willing to kind of be vulnerable around each other, I think is going to help us going down the road.
Absolutely. Who's your spark plug, Coach? Who's the guy that don't matter if you're up 30, down 30, that's vocally and leading by example keeps the team up?
I really like Jordan. Like Jordan when Jordan's on the floor. Jordan does a great job. I don't necessarily know if it's a spark plug, but Jordan's the guy that'll always kind of take on the challenge of guarding guys. Jordan's an undersized post player. He played a lot of 5 for us last year. He's going to play a lot of 4 this year. But the willingness to guard certain guys that he's a little undersized in. But he's the guy that just steps in and takes charges from time to time, keeps us patient, keeps us even keeled. And the good thing about this group is they're willing to take each other's leadership. When somebody steps up and says, "Hey, we need to do this better," they don't challenge each other. They all kind of fall in line. So we do have a lot of leadership. We do have a lot of guys that are willing to step up. Chris and Colton and Jordan and a few other guys. They all are at different times kind of stepping up and trying to push guys in a certain direction. And the guys are willing to take that, willing to accept that.
Take the coaching that you help. We'll start right here with Colton. Colton, give me a goal that you've set out for yourself and the team this year, and how do you hope to achieve that?
Just win games. I think we can do that by just getting better every day in practice and coming together through the games. If we win or lose, just keep going forward.
Keep fighting.
Yeah.
Just stay together. Just never let one teammate go off by themselves, and everybody focus on the same thing. Have the same goals and bring everything not in, not out. Never let our intensity or effort fall, no matter what's happened or any adversity we go through. And just fight to win every game.
Chris?
Kind of a mixture between both what they said. I think if, like Jordan said, if we stay together through everything, I think we're going to be a good basketball team. I think that we got all the talent we need, but we're just going to have to play hard every possession. I think that's going to do the best for us. So.
And we're going to close with this, Coach. A personal goal for yourself and the team this year, and how do you hope to achieve that?
Personal goal for us is just, it's pretty simple. It's probably not the same answer you get from everybody else, but for us, just every day, being willing to work really hard and being willing to be great teammates, to stay together and be willing to just whether there's adversity, whether it's a good day, whether it's a bad day, that we all have a like-minded group. I guess that might be the best way to put it, that our guys stay like-minded, stay focused on whether it's been a good day, it's been a bad day, if we've won, if we've lost, that we're still driving towards becoming the best group we can be. I know we want to be a program that our community can be proud of and be a source of unity and a source of pride for our students and our community. Just that. Just be guys that play really hard and that just are willing to play together.
All right. Appreciate you guys. Good luck this season.